Rob and Slim Show. Rob and
Hey
Slim
man,
Show.
I sent you an email a few days ago for you to call me at 5, but I don't know whether you got it. So I just thought I'd give you a shout.
I didn't, Spencer. I'm sorry. That's strike one, I guess. I did not see
worries.
that. Oh, damn it. Sorry, Spencer. Oh. Man, did we blow
No
it?
worries, guys. How you doing?
Good,
We're
good.
doing
How
good.
are you? How are you, dude? You're in LA.
No, I mean, all things considered, in the middle of a global, deathly pandemic, I'm alive and well, and I'm back at work. Thank God.
That's amazing.
In a very strange new world with everybody on set with masks and gloves and shields and
How does it
all
work?
that. We're trying
How
to
does
make-
it work
trying to
when?
make a television show?
Yeah, how does it work when you show up to film? Do they take temperatures?
We everybody gets tested every day with the swab up the nose.
Oh wow!
The full on stick up the nose thing, and we're getting tested. The cast members, the regular cast members, are getting cast every single day. I'm recurring. I'm doing 5 of the 8 episodes, so I'm getting every other day, and then we show up on set, and we're all we're masked up and gloved up and shielded up until the very last second, and right before they call action. And there's an AD, and we whip all of our shit off, and they throw it in a bag, and we do the scene, and then we put the stuff back on again.
Wow!
And go on to the next scene. It's bizarre. I mean, this is the 3rd gig I've done in the last 3 months. I did Goliath for Billy Bob Thornton, which was the first gig back during the pandemic, and then I did a little indie film, and then now I'm on Bosch. I'm actually here on set now, and so I'm doing 5 episodes of the last season of Bosch for Amazon. So it's good to be back at work, but it's just it's bizarre. It's crazy times.
How is it testing? Does it hurt? I heard. I know even my youngest son had to get tested because he had a sore throat for going because he goes to
It's
school.
fine. I mean, it's a Q-tip. It's a long Q-tip, a wooden Q-tip. And they go up beyond your nose, sort of into the back of your throat with the swab.
I don't want my brain
It's unpleasant.
pushed.
It's momentarily unpleasant, but considering the last 4 years of what we've been through, with everything coming out of Washington, it's a day at the beach. So
I was gonna say too. How relieved were you when you saw that Biden won? I felt like I actually felt like I could breathe for a second.
Yeah, a little bit.
Might get a little better.
I'm relieved. I'll be more relieved. On January 20th. But I don't want to get into a political rant. But I'm happy it's over.
Same. Same.
I'm happy it's over. It's been a long slog.
Yeah.
So
I saw somebody
I
too.
just hope I'm looking forward to having a president that can take the coronavirus seriously.
Yeah.
With everything spiking back up again, nationally and all over the world, it's like we're going back to square one all of a sudden.
I saw somebody
it's scary.
tweet, and it felt like they were just being like a smart ass, but they said why would Hollywood actors vote for Biden when he wants to raise taxes on the wealthy? But I just feel like Hollywood is more caring than than always giving to charities and stuff. I just feel like they give a shit. I feel like Hollywood actors give a shit. I really do.
Plus, also, not all Hollywood actors are wealthy, I would think.
Wait, say that again?
I said that not all Hollywood actors are wealthy.
I disagree.
Would be my big
That's
thing.
why you're in Hollywood. Your wealth.
Yeah, I mean the word Hollywood, the moniker of Hollywood, it seems to have sometimes sort of a negative implication. I'm not sure. It's like how dare these Hollywood liberals open their mouths and express their opinions? But we're people too. We're citizens. We're voters. And we have a desire to express ourselves. So, a lot of people take offense at that. But that being said, not all Hollywood actors, not all actors are wealthy.
Yes,
I think something like 5% of the entire population of the Screen Actors Guild makes above the poverty line. So,
I mean,
it's
even the ones that are that we've talked to, they said it's just a constant grind. You always have to be out there and
it's
hoping,
a constant grind.
hoping
it's
to
a
hit.
Constant grind. I'm a lucky guy. I'm a lucky character actor that's managed to stay working, and I've been at it for 30 years, and I finally sort of got into a good groove about 5 years ago. So it's a cyclical thing. It's different for everybody, but I I've got actor buddies of mine, men and women that have been doing this for a long time, and sometimes it takes a little while for you to catch on. I mean, I caught a good wave with the Tarantino film last year, and
saw that.
So enjoying the fruits of that a little bit. But,
that's one of the few ones I haven't seen. It was which one was that? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
You're kidding me. You haven't seen it yet?
I've not gotten around to seeing that one yet, and I wanted to ask
buddy,
you.
It's one of the best films of all time. I think. I'm a little biased. I mean, I've seen it 10 times, but. It's a fantastic film.
I'll
You
definitely
really need
have
to see
to.
it. It's really good.
And what was your role in it?
Well, you have to see the movie to find out.
I shall. There's a scene in the very beginning of the film. Brad Pitt and Leo DiCaprio. Leo DiCaprio plays an actor on a TV Western in the 1960s, and I'm interviewing him. I'm a TV interviewer, and I'm on the set of his TV show, and I'm interviewing him at the very top of the film. Nice.
And it opens the film. So
cool.
Yeah, it's a great scene and a lot of fun, and got to work with Brad and Leo, and it opens the film, and I'm nice to be part of the Tarantino universe.
Well, you know what I did see that you were in, Spencer? I saw Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen, and I loved it, and I wanted to ask. What did you play in that? Air Force Chief of Staff. As the Air Force Chief of Staff, how would you handle the COVID crisis?
I would defer to the scientists. I was in that movie. I think I was in that movie for about 5 minutes. That Michael Bay thing. That was a long time ago. That was about 15 years ago. But the Air Force Chief of Staff, I would. I'd pick up the phone and get Dr. Fauci on the phone. I'd get all the scientists together to do their job because, this particular administration has a difficulty listening to the scientists, and they think they've got all the answers. But it's the scientists that are going to lead the way and lead us out of this crisis.
Yes.
What impact would robots in disguise have on us today?
Ooh.
I don't have a fucking clue. Really, I've never been asked that question before.
And hopefully we'll never again.
Robots. Sorry. I mean, what impact would robots in disguise? The world is a weird enough place. Listen, if robots came out of the ocean or from wherever they came from, Mars, right. in those movies, I would welcome them. It would be a welcome distraction.
I would just say
if they could come and get rid of the coronavirus, I would adopt one. I'd get Bumblebee. I'd tell him to come and live with me.
I feel like I'd have a sign that said "Don't crush me." I feel like I would always go around with that. Like, please don't crush me.
Exactly.
Oh, goddamn. But how is Spencer? How's L.A.? Are the fires calmed down?
The fires are long since calmed down. Everything's sort of calmed down, and now we're just back. I think we're on the cusp of possibly another lockdown. Unfortunately,
that's
But people out here are pretty good. I mean, at least in the L.A. area, people are very diligent about wearing their masks and being socially distant, and they're doing their best to keep this thing at bay. But it looks like it's crept back up again. So, and unfortunately, with the flu season coming, we might get a double whammy. So people really, really need to pay attention to the protocols and stay away from each other and not gather and wear the masks and do all the things that the scientists tell us to do, because this could be living with us for a while.
Yeah.
But so far so good. We're safe in LA, and my family back in New York is good, and I'm actually planning to go at Christmas time. I'm going to go see. I've got family that live on Maui for the last 30 years, so I'm going to go see them. I think there's a total of 2 COVID cases entirely during the pandemic on the island of Maui. So
wow.
I might end up moving there. I might end up just living there, and like Tom Hanks, I'll just get a little curl up under a palm tree and stake my claim out there until this thing is over.
Nice. I saw Pfizer said they have tested a vaccine that's like 90-something% effective. So that would be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be cool to see.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. A lot of these different companies are trying to move quickly to get them. But the distribution is going to be an issue, and so we're not looking at the end of this thing for for quite some time. So,
Yeah.
but it's a light at the end of the tunnel. So it's good to see that Pfizer's got something going. So I hope so. I mean, I'd like to, I'm looking forward to being able to get back to normal and sit in a movie theater and sit in a theater.
That's another question I had, Spencer. Do you feel, as an actor, like theaters are going to be able to survive?
Right now, no. Down? Right now, it's not. I mean, Broadway announced that they're not reopening the theaters until September of 2021. So, I mean, yeah, we'll be back to normal at some point. But a lot of what I love to do here in LA, I mean, I love to do at least a play a year if I can. But every single theater, live theater, is shut down here in LA for the foreseeable future. So, but we'll be back. I'm confident we'll be back.
Because there's just something so special about seeing a production or a movie or a live production in a theater. It's just such a different atmosphere.
No, it's a communal experience. Whether you're seeing a show, the last show I saw out here was Hamilton. I mean, the road company of Hamilton was here in Los Angeles and at the Pantages Theater, which is a grand old theater palace here on Hollywood Boulevard. And so I saw Hamilton for the fifth time right before everything shut down in March. So there's nothing like being watching a movie with a movie theater or a theater full of people. It's a shared experience, and I miss it a lot. I really, really miss it a lot. I can't wait to get back to sitting in a movie theater, and and even as a voting member of the Academy, I get to vote on the Academy Awards, and so a lot of what I have to do during the awards season is every year for the last 5 years since I've been an Academy member, I watch probably 30, 40 movies, in a movie theater. Watching all the foreign films, every movie that's been released. You have to watch them all so you can vote on them. And, so I'm going to miss that a lot. It's not the same, popping in a DVD or watching something on your TV screen.
Yeah.
So there's nothing like being in a movie theater. So I can't wait to get back to that again.
That's what it was too. Like, that's one thing when my sons come up for holidays or the summer, like we do a lot of movies at the theater. But this past summer, I bought as many DVDs as I could, like just so we had something sort of, similar to what we've always done.
Well, do yourself a favor, man, and watch the Tarantino film.
I should. I do. I have to pick that one up. I was going to ask too, Spencer, are you still doing Quarantine TV?
No. We wrapped up Quarantine the show on Instagram TV. We did 25 episodes of it, and we're actually right now in the process of pitching it to a bunch of different networks. We got some interest from a couple of different places that were interested in turning it into an actual television show.
Nice.
So no, we wrapped that up back in August. You're a little behind the curve over there, aren't you guys? Quarantine ended in August.
I thought so. I did think so.
Yeah. So no, we ended, but we're trying to turn it into a TV show. But it was a great experience, and we started it in March, and with the 12 actors, all of whom, to this day, oddly enough, I have not met in person. None of those actors from the Quarantine TV show I've met in person in real life yet. We've only seen each other on Zoom.
Wow.
So, that's another. We're looking forward to having a big old wrap party when this thing is over, so we can, so we can toast the success of the show. We did. We had great guest stars. We had Randy Rainbow. We had. Oh my God, we had so many terrific actors: Steven Weber and Rob Morrow and Willie Garson from Sex and the City. We had a lot of really great guest stars that came and played with us, and we raised about $20,000 for the SAG-AFTRA Foundation COVID-19 Relief Fund. So that was the biggest satisfaction we had from that was raising a lot of money for our fellow actors and fellow artists that were really impacted by this thing, because everybody's been out of work.
Yeah.
Everybody's been out of work for the last 8 months. We're just now slowly creaking back to work, very, very slowly. So, a lot of actors that don't have the opportunity to be on shows right now. Auditions are slow, and the whole business is sort of grinding slowly back into life. But we were happy to raise money for some actors that were really struggling at the beginning of this pandemic.
Spencer, I'm curious. It obviously seems like a lot of work right now to film anything because you have to do all the testing and you're wearing a mask, and then like you said earlier, like as soon as you do the scene, you gotta take off all the protective gear, do the scene, and then put all the protective gear back on. Well, are we gonna see any films or television during this time where people are just wearing the masks?
I was wondering that myself.
You know what? I'm not sure, but I think I have a feeling that Law and Order SVU, because they tend to do stories in real time, like ripped from the headlines kind of stuff. I think they're actually doing their series, and it takes place during the pandemic. I think the season premiere if it's not tonight, it's this week.
Wow.
And I have a feeling that they're doing stories where a lot of the actors, a lot of the characters are in masks.
Wow. Yeah, I was wondering that.
I saw a couple of behind the scenes pictures, and Mariska's a friend, and I saw some pictures of them on set. So I think they're going to be doing that. But I mean, I'm doing Bosch right now. We're not doing it. It's not a pandemic show.
Right.
But there's a couple of shows that were on the air. There's a show right now on the air called Connected, that's very similar to our quarantine show, where people are talking to each other on Zoom, and they're all and they're in masks, and so I'm sure there's some things in the works that are taking place during the pandemic that are going to be mirroring what's happening in real life.
Yeah, I kind of feel though too, like I want to watch the show. I want to see something that isn't real life right now. I want to see I want to see a face. I kind of miss that.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I'm right now. I'm watching a wonderful show called The Queens Gambit on Netflix. That's my new obsession. We're starving for content right now.
Yes.
So there's a couple of good things that are coming out. But if you haven't checked out The Queens Gambit, it's really good. I'm not in it. I don't know anybody that's in it. It's just my new favorite thing. It's just a really wonderful show. A lot of it is about chess. So if you know anything about chess or you like chess, it's a really wonderful, fascinating story. So, and I've also, since the passing of our beloved Sean Connery a couple of weeks ago, I watched the entire every James Bond film that he was in.
Awesome.
So we've been watching a lot of Netflix and Amazon and Hulu all summer. So I'm looking forward to no more reruns and lots more original content. So you're going to see Bosch when we finish this season of Bosch. It'll be out in the spring, and Goliath, the final season of Goliath, will be out with Billy Bob Thornton. That's coming out in a couple of months. So there's things that are coming out and going to be on the air soon.
Cool.
But yeah, the sooner Hollywood's able to get back to work and really start making movies and TV shows again, the better, because people are bored with the old stuff.
What was working with Billy Bob like?
Oh, he's fantastic. He's an old friend and just an amazing guy. He directed the last episode that I did, and to be directed by him was just really a treat. He's great. I always wanted to work with him. We'd never worked together before, so it was nice to be able to spend some time with him on a set.
Cool.
So theaters have reopened, or at least have tried to reopen. I don't know if that's still a thing. Have you attempted to go to see anything in theater?
Where in LA?
Well, I don't know. I mean, we're in Jersey.
Well, they opened briefly
No,
here, but closed down
I said that earlier. LA's completely shut down.
Completely shut down still?
Okay.
Yeah, no. There's no movie theaters, no theaters.
No, nothing.
Okay.
I heard that. I heard Jersey was kind of doing a partial reopen.
They did, but then Regal closed, which is the one around here. They were not taking in enough money from the because not many movies were coming out, and not many people are going, so they weren't bringing enough in. So they closed.
The big push was Tenet, Christopher Nolan's new film, which I saw. I went to the theaters and saw that in theaters. So I was curious if that had been worldwide, but I guess it was only in small pockets. Good movie.
I think it was only in small pockets. No, we haven't had a movie theater open here in Los Angeles since the spring. So it's really a bummer. It's really a bummer.
It's interesting too, because he refused to have that go digital. He was like, no, it's gotta be in theaters.
I didn't even know that.
He very much pushed for that. He was like, I am not going digital.
A video of Tom Cruise like going to watch it in an actual theater somewhere. I don't know whether it was in New York or New Jersey, or they had a screening of it, and he went to see the theater. He went to see the film in the theater with an actual audience.
Wow.
But that was very briefly. But yeah, no. Unfortunately, we're not in lockdown in LA, but everything's really shut down. It's it's tight as a drum out here. It's rough. Where in Jersey are you guys?
South
Jersey.
Kind of by Atlantic City.
Oh, okay, cool. Like down like around Brick, around there.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, not far from Brick.
Yeah, I know where you are. Yeah.
You been to Brick?
I have.
Ah.
I've been to Brick. I've been to AC. Yeah. I mean, I lived in New York for 15 years, so I used to go to Atlantic City back in the day.
Cool. When did you move out to LA, Spencer?
I moved to LA in '89. I've been out here since 1989. But I hung onto my apartment. I had an apartment in Manhattan up until about 5 years ago. But I had a place there for 25 years.
Anything you miss out here, or vice versa? Like, is there anything you miss out there when you're here, or anything you miss out here when you're there?
Everything about New York. I miss New York City every single day. I'm homesick for New York every day. It's. I mean, this is where the work is, So, but I miss my actor friends in New York. I miss my life in New York. This is just. I came out here in got because this is where the work is. This is where you got to be. So,
Yeah.
But I go back to New York 5-6 times a year. So I got to go back and get my fix. And when the world is the world again, and theater is up and running, and I go back to New York and I do a little theater binge. I'll go back for a week or two and see 10, 12 plays just so I could get my little culture fix, and then I'll come back to LA feeling rejuvenated.
Yeah, that's like Broadway's been closed too, indefinitely. I know that's been taking a hit. So
yeah.
Speaking of Broadway, I am a huge fan of Hamilton, which you mentioned earlier, and I had only listened to the audio version of it for a while, and then recently Disney Plus have released like a live recording of it. I enjoyed the live recording, but like seeing it live for you had to be so much better, because I feel like the live recording is kind of like it's weird. You feel a little disconnected.
I mean, the way that it was filmed was beautifully done. I saw the Disney Plus version of it. I thought it was fantastic. I saw the very, very first production of it at the Public Theater in New York before it moved to Broadway, before it exploded into this, mega hit that it became. So I saw it kind of before everybody else got hip to it, and then it moved. It was sort of this wonderfully well-kept secret at the Public Theater in New York, and then it moved to Broadway, and then within months it just exploded, and it just became this juggernaut. So I saw it. I saw it once at the Public, and I saw it 3 times on Broadway, and then here in LA once the Road Company about a year and a half ago, and then again back in the spring. So I've seen it 5 times. It's just one of the most exquisite pieces of art I've ever seen. One of the most amazing productions. So, and I've seen the production on Disney Plus too. It's really great. I still listen into the car. I listen to it on Spotify. I just geek out over that musical.
Yeah,
it's really quite something.
A great soundtrack.
Wow. I've heard that so many times. Just like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I've not seen that yet, and I do. I'm a little behind here, Spencer.
That's all right. Put it on your list.
It is.
I'm not huge into musicals, but there have only been 2 that I really got into, and it was Hamilton, and then there was this one called Hadestown, which was amazing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Hadestown was fabulous. Yeah.
Just the
Good
jazz
show.
and everything, like really, really cool. Had you seen that one live as well?
I've seen it. I see everything, guys. I saw Hadestown when it first came out. Wonderful production. Yeah, I love that show.
What about Cats?
I was going to say either Cats or the Silence of the Lambs musical.
Silence the music.
When Cats first came out on Broadway, oh, God, the late 70s, early 80s, something like that.
I still remember the commercials as a kid.
Yeah, I saw it as a kid on Broadway at the Winter Garden Theater.
Yes, on the Winter Garden Theater.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, it was there. I think it was the longest run. It was the longest running show on Broadway for a long time. It sort of surpassed A Chorus Line. The movie that came out last year doesn't really count. I just watched that the other night, just to see how bad it truly could be. And it was a tough sit.
I heard it was a stank.
I have a friend I was talking to recently who loves cats. Had I guess seen it live a few times, and she watched the movie, and she was like, I loved it. So I don't know.
A lot of people loved it. A lot of people loved it. I found it very disturbing.
Yeah.
It was very unsettling to watch all those humans dressed like cats, and it was just very weird. You need to be on the right kind of drugs in order to enjoy it, I think.
Oh, where do I get those drugs? That's
if you find them, send them my way.
Yeah, absolutely. Spencer, thank you so much for talking to us. Just like the last time, it's been a blast.
Hey, fellas, it's always a pleasure, man. Anytime. I love talking to you guys.
Same here, my friend. Where can everybody find you?
Well, I'm on Twitter at #1 Spencer Garrett, and I'm on Instagram at Spencer Garrett 1, Spencer Garrett #1.
Nice.
So check me out there. Also, just on Veterans Day, today we're honoring Veterans Day and honoring our great vets. For Jake Tapper, who's the CNN anchor, wonderful friend of mine. He's doing a thing called Homes for Vets. It's a great organization that builds homes for veterans. And if you go on my Twitter account, you can bid on a half an hour. There's incredible. You can have a half-hour Zoom call with Sarah Silverman or with Bryan Cranston or Ben Stiller. Some wonderful celebrities on there. Some great auction items that you can bid on eBay. And I think you can get me for a bargain basement price for a half an hour Zoom call and an autographed poster of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But check out, for your listeners, check out Homes for Vets, or check out my Twitter page and go to Jake Tapper, Jake Tapper CNN, and the link to where you can bid for any one of these. There's just some incredible stuff. There's a script signed by the entire cast of Veep, and just some amazing items that help this cause for Homes for Vets. So check it out.
That is an awesome cause.
So, yeah, #1 Spencer Garrett and Spencer Garrett 1 on Instagram.
Thank you so much, Spencer. It's been
a
pleasure.
Fellas.
Have a break a leg, as they say.
Thank you, boys. Stay safe, everybody. Okay, wear the mask, and let's beat this thing so we can get back to life and get back to the movies. Okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
See them faces again.
That's
it. For sure. I want to see your faces.
All right.
Love you, Spencer.
You take care.
You too, my friend.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.